Here's how you know I'm a Baptist preacher. Turn to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor, you look great. Tell your other neighbor, you look great. You know what you look like? You look like victory. Are you ready to win this election? I am so proud to be an American. And I am so proud to be a Georgian. Here is why. Georgia saved the country in 2020 and 21. And in 2022. And as we say in Georgia, Georgia is fixing to do it again. Are you ready to win this election? The contrast between these two opponents could not be more clear. Donald Trump said to the women of our country, I'm going to protect you. And then he said, I'm going to protect you whether the women like it or not. I want you to hear the tragic irony of a man guilty of sexual assault saying he's going to do something for women whether they like it or not. America, pay attention. That's the language of a predator. We don't need a predator in the White House. We need a president in the White House. And her name is Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris for the people. Tim Walz, Coach Walz, has been standing up for our children. He's been doing the work. I have so much respect for anybody who spent years on lunchroom duty. If you can handle lunchroom duty, you can get something done in Washington. So, let me say this briefly, and nobody believes a Baptist preacher when he says, let me say this briefly. But yesterday, I was in my hometown, God's country, Savannah, Georgia. I love my hometown. It's a beautiful city, known for its cobblestone streets and its verdant town squares. Centuries-old oak trees with Spanish moss dripping from the branches look like old African griots, inviting the lover of history and horticulture to this city by the sea. I was in Savannah yesterday, and I was in the neighborhood where I grew up, the Caton Homes public housing projects. And I often go by there when I'm home because I don't want to forget where I came from. I drop by because I want to keep at the center of my focus the young people who are growing up in neighborhoods like that, not just hard-scrabbled urban neighborhoods with black and brown children, but poor rural communities all across Georgia. Because whether you're born in Appalachia or Atlanta, all of our children deserve a chance. Do you believe that all of our children deserve a chance? If it were not for Head Start, a good federal program, if it were not for Upward Bound, a good federal program, if it were not for Pell Grants and low-interest student loans, I would not be where I am standing before you as a United States Senator. Kamala Harris understands that, and no matter how much he dons a McDonald's uniform for a little while and works on fries, Donald Trump doesn't understand that. I was in my neighborhood and I ran into some of the young guys there, and I didn't know them, I just went over. They couldn't believe I was there. They would say, "Oh my God, blinkety blink blank, that's Senator Warnock." We had a great conversation. The street that I grew up on was named Cape Street. Cape Street, they've now given it the honorary name Raphael Warnock Way. Hear me, it's a tiny little street. But that's the street. They said, "We want to name a street after you." I said, "That little street." They said, "That little street?" I said, "Yes." It's because I grew up there, and I want those kids in Caton Homes to look at me and know that in America you can do anything you set your head and your heart to do. And I think that there is a kind of poetic and prophetic irony in the fact that it's named Cape Street. I grew up as a kid watching superheroes cartoons. I love watching Superman. Superman had what? A cape. Batman had a cape. Superwoman had a cape. I want the kids on Cape Street and on the Cape Streets all across Georgia and all across America to know that there are heroes all around them. Some of them are teachers, some of them are police officers, some of them are firefighters, some of them are pastors. They're heroes. Some of them are sweeping the streets all around you. They're heroes. There are Cape Streets all over this state and all over this country. And I want the kids on Cape Street to know that there is a hero inside of you. And that in a few months you're going to have yet another president named Kamala Harris who is rooting for you. And so, Georgia, here's what we got to do. Over these next 3 days, we've got to remember that all of us live on Cape Street. I need you to tap into the hero inside of you. I need you to know that you are an avenger for goodness and mercy, for truth and justice and righteousness. I need you to summon the hero inside of you, because this election will be won or lost come Tuesday. But the good news is that because each of us lives on Cape Street, all of us have something we can do. You can knock on doors. You can call your neighbor. You can canvass down the street. You can make sure that everybody in your family, all of your friends, show up to vote. Are you ready to summon the hero inside of you? Are you ready to save America? Are you ready to push us a little bit closer towards our ideals so that every child on Cape Street has a chance? Let's vote together. Let's work together. Let's struggle together. Let's get this thing done.